So pretty soon here I'm going to take that bike and that fishing rod out here on the beach, see if I can load up on a nice healthy bag of surf perch for dinner. But first, I just had this craving, getting ramen on the beach. And this whole adventure will be made possible by the sponsors of today's video, Jackery and Ebike. So the products we're featuring today are the bike, which we'll get to later. But first we're going to show you the Jackery Explorer 600 Plus. This is a portable power bank. And then to go with that, we have this Jackery solar generator, Solar Saga 100. So we're not only going to be able to use this to cook our meal, but we're going to be able to keep this nice and charged via the solar panels right here. So before we get started, let me just show you this thing real quick. It's got a nice little convenient handle here, and this thing is built for durability. This has the highest shockproof and fireproof technology built in, and I wouldn't recommend dropping it off a building or throwing it in a flaming hot fire, but you know, accidents happen out here, and it's good to know that this thing's going to last you a while. As you can see, it's got a couple of regular AC outlets, a couple of USB, USB-C outlets, and then it has this nice convenient light in case you're filming or camping out in the dark. And apparently this light can stay lit for 150 continuous hours on one charge. The great thing about this is not only can you charge it via these solar panels, but you can also plug it into the wall mount back at home, and this thing charges super quick. You can charge it fully in about an hour. I don't know what it is about ramen on the beach, but it just hits a little different out here. Thank you to Jackery for providing breakfast and sponsoring this video. Now let's go catch some fish. You know, I've tried a few different e-bikes, especially out on the beach here, and I can honestly say that this one from Ebike is my favorite of all the ones that I've tried for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's super convenient because it folds up in half, the handlebars fold down, it's very easy to transport. You know, I just drive a little Corolla, and some of the bigger e-bikes, you know, possibly could fit, but it's just a pain in the butt to get it in there. This one fits easily in the back seat of my car. And then on top of that, they have a bunch of different accessories you can add on to customize it to your liking. And then number two, it's got these fat tires, which allows it to tread well on all kinds of different surfaces. Notoriously, sand is one of the hardest surfaces to ride a bike on. And this one cruises down the beach no problem. I've been on concrete, I've been on sand, dirt, rock. It's conquered it all. So shout out to Ebike. This is the Mars 2.0. That's the model that I have. I'll have a link down in the description with an affiliate link. Get you a little discount in order if you want to get one of these. And I always tell people, if you want to increase your chances as best as possible to catch fish on the surf, it's super important to stay mobile. If you have an e-bike like this that I added to my arsenal, there's really no excuse. I can cover miles and miles of shoreline now with very little effort. Got a nice little hole behind me here where I pulled up to, and I tied on a little Carolina rig. If you watched my last surf fishing video, might have been my last one, but a recent one, I had a perch pouch, which is this little bag that a fellow YouTuber guy by the name, or a channel by the name of Hook to Cook down in Central California makes. And I filled it up with a striped bass. Today I want to try and get some perch in it. And he sent me the 2.0 version, which I'll show you here in a second. He also sent me a care package with a few different things, including some hooks to have one tied on here, and then some little plastic grubs, which I have right here. So I'm gonna put one of these on, start casting into the hole, probably make 5 to 10 casts here. If I don't get any bites, we'll get back on the bike and keep moving. But yeah, that's the name of the game. We're gonna cast and move until we find some fish. So the baits that I'm at least going to start off with are these Got 'em baits, motor oil red flake. I believe this is some kind of sand crab imitation. I'm actually not totally sure what it's supposed to imitate, but it's got these little appendages that flap in the sand out there, or in the waves I should say. Yeah, this is just a classic surf perch color, the motor oil red flake. It's like greenish with that red glitter on the inside. I'm gonna make sure all these appendages are nice and free and flapping. And I'm gonna take my hook. This hook you can actually get on the Hook to Cook shop as well. Shout out to Edward for hooking me up, getting me all ready for the surf. And I'm just gonna thread this thing as neatly as possible right down the center. The nice thing about these hooks is they're bait holder hooks, and they match the size of this bait perfectly. I didn't exactly get it in the middle there, but that should do the trick. Hopefully a surf perch finds that as appetizing as I think it is. So not a lot of wave action today, so we're not looking for huge depressions in the sand, but any little like rip or sandbar, which actually we have two. There's a little rip to my left over here, and then a sandbar right in front of me. So anything different, whether it's not just a uniform kind of trough down the beach, is a good place for fish to hang out. So we're gonna cast this. I've actually never used this grub before, so we'll see if I can figure out how to work it. It's not ideal. Oh, I got a bite. Got a bite on the first cast. Well, that's a good sign. Nice to see some life in there. I'm still trying to figure out what the best retrieve is for this bait. So every bait is always a little bit of a learning curve when you start off, whether it be a lucky craft or, oh, right there. That one just nailed it. I was honestly not expecting that at all. It just kind of hit on the retrieve. Good fish to start us off. Yeah, that's a nice one. Not a huge perch, but that will fry up nicely. That's gonna be fish number one of today. And he hit it right in close. I was honestly giving up on the cast already. So this right here is version 2 of the perch pouch. Honestly, it looks pretty similar, but a few little upgrades. And the first one worked great, so I'm excited to put this one to good use. This is actually the first time I'm putting an actual perch in the perch pouch, which is what this is designed for. Last time I had to put some striper in there. But anyway, we're gonna bleed this fish out by ripping the gill. So now that fish is bleeding out, and we'll let him bleed out in the perch pouch. It has these little ventilation holes in the bottom, so water can circulate through the pouch, and everything works nicely. Slide him right in like so. Close it up so he doesn't fall out, and then I can strap this on my belt loop, which I'll do right now. And this thing has a few different benefits. One of them is that it keeps your fish somewhat cool. They're not out on the sand baking. I mean, it's not sunny today, so it probably wouldn't be too bad, but definitely better to have them in a bag. And then 2, I can just keep it right on my hip here, so that way I can just slide the fish in, get my bait right back in there, and I'm fishing. If I didn't have to show it to the camera, that all could have been done in like 5 to 10 seconds. Which sometimes can be very important when you're fishing the surf. Sometimes the bite is on, boom, boom, boom. When they're there, they're there. And when they're not, they're not. They could move on within a matter of minutes. So another little tool you can add to your arsenal if you like fishing the beach, especially if you're gonna take fish home for dinner. I think it's totally worth it. Not only that, you don't have to keep using plastic bags, which is what I used to do. Not a great thing for the environment. So this is much nicer. You can use it, I don't know, probably hundreds of times before you have to replace it. So anyway, then right back in there, right in the zone. See if we can find us another one. Where there's one, there's usually more. There's one. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I hit it right in close. They're right up along the bank right now, probably in there chasing sand crabs. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Real good one. Look at that guy. That's a big male right there. Right there, beauty of a surf perch. He was hanging out right in tight to shoreline right here, probably foraging on some sand crabs. I just couldn't resist this guy right here, man. Big male. You can see it's got this little like fin down here that kind of looks like rubber. Maybe I can get a good shot of it. That's what indicates the male. The females will have like a uniform, this regular fin-like material will be all the way down. Will be one uniform little fin. And you don't see too many males that big around here. A lot of the fish this big or bigger are females, so that one, perfect. Going in the perch pouch. Let's see. That grub pinned right in the corner of the mouth. Perfect hook set. Slide it right into the perch pouch, like so. Alright, let's get back in there. Another little guy. We'll let this one go. But there's definitely a school out there. Technically we could keep all of these, there's no minimum size on these barred surf perch, but I don't like to keep one that is small. I just feel like it's not worth the effort to fillet them and everything. So I like to let those go, keep them if they're, I don't know, at least 10 inches, preferably 11 or 12 minimum. Yeah, the thing is like I cast 10 feet to my left and 10 feet to my right, and no bite. Oh, I just got another bite there. But when I cast right in front of me, that's when I'm getting all my bites. For whatever reason, this little strip right here is the zone where they're all hanging out, it seems like, which is not uncommon. I've seen that happen many times before. There we go. That feels like a better one. Might be a keeper. Yeah, we'll take that any day of the week right there. Nice one. Perfect one. We'll slip them right into the pouch. No, it's not the best angle, but there he goes. That's number 3. So now that I've caught a couple fish on the floor with this grub, finding that my best luck is just on a slow and steady retrieve. Every once in a while, maybe give it a little bump, get some action, but just slow and steady like this. Working it real slow through the strike zone. I'm working it all the way back to the working it all the way back to the beach, because a lot of these fish, they're coming in looking for sand crabs, which are right up on the sand here. So they got to come in pretty close to find those sand crabs. And if they're coming in to look for sand crabs, if they happen to find my grub, that's when they're more likely to eat it anyway. So working it all the way back to the beach. Don't give up on your cast too early. Wow, look at that. I just missed a bite and it broke off both of the little flappers on the back. So I'm gonna take this off, store it in here, take it home, throw it away, put on a fresh new one here. But this little guy right here caught me all 4 or 5 of those fish that you just saw, one bait. So we'll strap on this new one here. You can see this is what it's supposed to look like, and this is what it looked like after that fish was done with it. So anyway, out with the old, in with the new. Oh, I just missed one there. It felt like a good one. There's one. There's one. Man, so close to shore. Another decent one. We'll take, you know what? That's a female. We caught a few already, so we can be a little picky choosy. We'll let that one go. I think it's pregnant too. It looks a little fatter. Oh, there we go. There's a good one. I was just about to move. Yep, that's a keeper. That's a keeper. Keeping that one. Straight off the hook. Bled and into the perch pouch. That's number 4. Oh yeah. Oh, thought it came off for a second. Another good one. That's another keeper. That's number 5. Into the pouch. Smallest one of the day. This one was definitely hungry. Look at him. Tried to eat that whole grub. This little guy. Come on, dude. Small guy. Oh, not so small. Thought that one was small, but that'll keep. That one almost got away. It's gonna get away now, but into the perch pouch. Number 6. Another one. Another one. Next cast. Another good one. Oh yeah. Okay, that one is for sure pregnant. The female, you can see it's got a big belly. We'll let this one go for more good karma. There we go. Oh yeah, that feels like a good one. That feels like a good one. Oh yeah, that'll keep. You know what? That's another pregnant female. I'm gonna maximize my good karma today. We'll let this one go as well, man. It's definitely got some babies in there. Give her a nice clean release real quick. Get back in there. All right, that was fun.
But literally everything went according to plan today. Had a nice morning ramen breakfast right here out on the beach. Got my bike out, went out fishing, and literally I stumbled upon a nice cool surf perch pretty much right away. I had to go a little ways down the beach, which was literally no problem with the help of this bike. But immediately you start catching fish, boom, boom, boom. Got a couple nice ones, let a few go, and I actually took, I think it was 6 keepers over the feet to fill up this here perch pouch right here. So, great day overall. Have to give a shout out to Ebike and Jackery for sponsoring this video. So it turned out to be a great day out here on the beach. Appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Later.
Oh, come on. A dookie on there.